Here we go. Same routine. How are you going to position yourself? You there?
Right. So we got another new person.
Yep.
So I'm going to mirror what you should do. Front foot about even with the hip. Your back foot somewhere about the middle of the back. Widen your feet a little bit, because if you're too far like this, you're off balance. You widen them just a little bit, you can easily go this way without falling, okay? And then your eyes are at the top of the zone, which is the letters.
So here's a live pitch. You're making the call. Here we go. Good. One more.
Right.
What else?
There you go. You used to having those two things together.
Trade up.
You're always going to have a hand signal. The voice, it depends on whether it's swinging or non-swinging for your strikes.
You actually left-handed? Okay, good. So the slot changes from...
That's a good spot now.
The inside on a right-handed batter is a different position when you get a left-handed batter. You literally want to move, okay? You're going to move from one side of the catcher's head to the other to provide the umpire the same protections that we talked about in being in the slot with a right-handed batter. Okay? So this is a great example.
You're too far away. If your arm's like this, you're too close. All right.
Here we go. Live pitch, you're making the call.
Right.
Louder. One more. Good. Good. Notice there, and Michelle mentioned this, I step out so that everybody can see. There's not going to be any play until I make a decision to go, and there's certainly not going to be a play when I've got my hands up over my head. Okay? That means dead ball. Want to get that batter to first. If there are runners on base, we want to make sure they get to the right base. So what happens if that batter is hit and we've got bases loaded? What happens? Everybody moves the base forward, a run scores. Everybody follow? Make sense? Okay, let's rotate. Here we go. One thing, and Chuck said this.
Stand all the way up.
One of the things that you're going to be tempted to do regularly is rush.
Okay.
If I'm in this position, which is the position I will use behind home plate, I'm old, I'm bracing myself. Who just laughed? I heard you. I'm going to start like this, and I am going to, I heard that too. I'm going to intentionally stand up and get square, then make the call. There's a beat in there where you don't have to rush. Antonio, if you're umpiring behind the plate, how much goes on until you're ready for the next pitch?
A lot. Make your call, talk to your coaches.
He's trying to be sarcastic. There's nothing that goes on until I'm ready. And to be honest with you, how does the umpire stop something from happening in the event the umpire isn't ready to go? Let's say a kid is tying his shoe. This is a do not pitch. This means a dead ball. In the older divisions, can you pick off a runner if the home plate umpire has this up? No, you can't, because the ball is dead. The ball is out of play.
I'm going to add, if we're tying our shoe or waiting that long, step out from behind.
True. That makes
way,
sense?
If you're not there, that's another signal for all these people that shouldn't be doing anything. If you're back there, they may not see your hand. Get out from behind. Be visible again.
If in the course of this, and I don't care whether it's Chuck or I or somebody else talking, if you've got a question, I love to have the questions in context. They make more sense then. If we wait 30 minutes and then you try to replay for me, Mark, you said this when we were doing that. I'm not going to be able to piece that together and keep it in context where it does as much good. Okay?
Dinosaurs don't have memories that long.
Cork it. Thank you. Here we go. Here we go.
Ball. Ball.
Okay. Too far. That wasn't what I was trying to do. Let's see if I can do it this way. There we go.
Ball. Take space.
Is that the correct call? Ball bounced and hit the batter. Yes, it is. You'll laugh, but in my younger days, I played golf. I played golf sometimes on the baseball diamond. Ball bounces, pitch. I hit the pitch after it bounces. That's a live ball. In that situation where it bounced and then hit the batter, that batter is still entitled to first base as a result of being a hit batsman. That make sense?
Every year that is a question by coaches. They don't understand. That's why we need to have more knowledge than they do.
One more pitch and then we'll rotate here.
Strike.
Yep. Make sure that was right at the bottom of the zone. Be generous with your strike zone. And literally, when I say be generous, this is a little bit bigger than what the rule book says. Any part of the knee, any part of the chest, don't get it up here where you got to tomahawk it. But chest is actually a little bit above the midpoint, which is the rule. Any part of the plate at any time during the pitch. That makes sense?
The younger the group, the bigger the strike zone.
Yep. Yes.
Those young kids, oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, because you don't want to do a third and fourth for a game for 2 hours.
No, that's right.
The third, fourth graders, first year kid pitch, I'm at the
Rotate.
armpits down to the bottom of the knees.
Almost line to line at that point.
Oh, if any of that ball is inside that line, even if 90% of it's outside that line, if any of that ball is inside that line,
Let's rotate.
I'm calling that a strike.
All done it?
Line to line,
Okay.
armpits to the bottom of the knees for those young kids.
Thank you. Appreciate you, Tyson.
As the old term goes, we don't want a shoebox.
Here we go. Ready?
Strike.
Stand up.
Try to stand up.
Stand up when you do it.
And literally, I'm doing this time and time again because this is hard to do. Here's my position. I stand up and square up. Strike! And I say both. I say and signal. There is always a signal. If the batter swings, then I just signal. I don't also vocalize the strike call. Does that make sense?
Hold that signal for just a half a beat too.
Yep.
Don't bring it down too quick. You want people to see it.
Ball.
It's better. Rotate. Matt. Doing the same thing. Here we go.
Strike!
Did you see how long Jason waited? As an umpire, you're going to feel like, good grief, 5 minutes just went by. That isn't any place close to 5 minutes. It's just a couple seconds. But if you let the ball hit the catcher's mitt, reprocess it, stand up, take a pause, make the call. Okay? Here we go. One more.
Ball!
Nice and loud. Rotate again. Take a check swing. Here we go. Why did he call that a strike correctly? The pitch was low.
We're across the plate, now we're across the plate.
His bat was good. He made an attempt to hit that. And the one thing that I'd encourage Matt to do is say, that's a swing. Strike! Like that. What have I just told everybody that's on that diamond? Why I called the strike. There's no doubt, if it was low, it doesn't matter. The batter swung. A swinging batter is always going to take precedent.
Anytime there's a check swing, if you think they went, if you're going to call that strike, like Mark said, that's a swing. That's an attempt, an offer. Say something, point at it so they know what you're doing.
Okay. We've got 2 strikes on this batter. 2 strikes. Here we go. Good. What else?
Oh,
That's right.
he out.
So let's do this. I set the stage for you, and I'm trying to make it a little bit more complicated, but this will happen. A bunt that results in a bunt attempt that results in a foul ball where we start with 2 strikes. It's not only a strike, but that batter is out as well. Everybody understand that?
Not to mention, he's probably picking on his own kid right there too.
Could be. Could be. Make sense?
That is all ages, including those that are playing off machine pitch. That is always asked, and that's always a concern or problem. So
We'll cover that in the age specific. They are allowed to bunt. If they foul off attempting a bunt with 2 strikes, the batter is out. I'm not trying to be too wordy, but it's conditional. Make sense? You guys did try it, no? Here we go. Here we go.
Oh!
Was close, probably low and out. One more. Oh!
That's first.
Did you see what Matt did? Ball any place close to the first base. Awesome play, Chuck. I hope you didn't hurt your back. Anytime there is a play that is close to the line, the umpire wants to swing out and be looking down the line, then moving toward that ball. Okay? And if the ball is touched by a player before it gets to first base, on the ground, in foul territory, what's the home plate umpire's call? Foul! That's right. And I'm going to stand there to make sure the play stops. Just like this. Okay? In the event it's a third base line, one person, where does the home plate umpire move to? Swings out there, looking right down the line. Angle is always more valuable than distance. Listen to me. Angle is always more valuable than distance. Get in a position where you're looking right down the line. The coaches, the crowd, the players are going to know what you're doing. They're going to know what you're doing. And you know the right thing to do if you do that. If you just stand with your feet in concrete, somebody said that earlier. If your feet are in concrete, you don't appear like you're engaged. You don't appear to be paying full attention to the play as it's going on. And it's really important. Okay? You guys are done? Yep. Okay. Let's rotate out. Now, I'm going to play some situations here in rapid fire because when the ball hits the bat, home plate umpire never wants to immediately call that situation if the ball doesn't make contact with the batter in the batter's box. Okay? So let's twist this up. I'm the batter. I hit a bouncer off of home plate that comes up and hits me right here. It's a dead ball. Batter, base runner is out. If the ball, a batted ball, is touched in fair territory by the batter, and you notice I was fully outside the batter's box, all you got to do is have 1 foot in the batter's box to be in the batter's box. That's going to be a judgment call. That one needs to be made quick. Okay? You have the ball.
Yep. While I'm getting this to Mark, I want to ask you guys to do one thing. Get used to it in here. Practice in here. When you're giving a response to us, show signals. Get used to it. The more you do it here, the more you're going to do it out there. I know it seems silly in here. You're all sitting down. I don't care. It's a response you guys need to get used to. Use your signals in here so you get used to using them when you're out there.
So all of these are going to be batted balls. Pretend with me. These are batted balls. I want you to make the proper call at the proper time. When the ball passed first base, there were 2 down here. The umpire ought to be moving this way from home plate, looking right down the line. And then when it passes first base on the ground is the time to use one hand to point to the middle of the infield. You don't say a word. You do not say a word. You literally just point. That makes sense? Here's another one. We're going down the, just barely. That hit the base. When do you make the fair foul call? Either it crosses the base, any time that it hits the base, even if the ball goes foul. That's when you make that call. Thank you.
The closer it is to being fair foul, the more you do this. That way they know it's there. Sometimes if you just hold this, they may not know what you're doing. Continue to point. Continue to point. Let them know you know that is in there. Okay?